In this video, we'll learn how we can work with the APIs in a Slurpit. So using APIs is just another way to interact with networking devices and different operations. And we use APIs for automation and speed. So the way you can access the API documentation page is by going down, scrolling down, and here you see API docs. So we're going to click on this. And this is a Swagger page. These are the endpoints and the set of instructions. For example, if I want to retrieve a list of devices, I'm going to expand this one, click on try it out. And the only thing is to execute. And if I do that, I get 200 back with all the devices. And basically, I have 10 devices in my database. So it retrieves all the devices, and we can also see the response headers and so on. So this was about devices. For example, you can send a GET request, and if you provide the ID, you can retrieve a single device with its ID. So we already saw how we can do that inside this UI, but we can also do automation with Python as well, right? So I have put together a Python script, a simple Python script that would fetch the data from Slurpit. But the thing is, if you want to use a Python script or using curl in the command line or anything outside of this environment, you have to authorize against the system. And the way you do that is by going here to administrator, API keys, and you add an API key if you don't have any existing one. You give it a name, which is mandatory. The other parameters are not mandatory. You can select all to give permission to everything. But I already have a test API key here, so I'm going to copy this and head over to VS Code. So here's the code, and the code is going to fetch all of the devices that we have in the database in the list. Same thing as we did using the UI. So we are going to send a request to API/devices. And I have to paste the API key here since we have it. And we're going to accept JSON. Better is going to get the value from API key. And if the status code was 200, we are going to print the output. If not, we are going to first print the status code, then print the text associated with that payload. So I am going to run this file in terminal. And since I'm using the print function from rich, you see that everything is nice and extremely structured. And we also have color syntaxing as well. So it retrieved for me all the devices that I had. So that was it for this video. I will see you in the next one.